Hey everyone, this is a review of Milwaukee's M12 Axis heated jacket. It is model number 203B-21. This jacket has heating elements in the chest and back, and as well as the shoulders, which are a separate dual heat zone that you can turn on by themselves if you need an extra kick. Alright, to turn it on, you just hold down the M12 button and it lights up red, that's on high. Hit it again, it goes white, that's on medium. Hit it again, it's on low. You can do the same thing with the dual heat mode, and you can have them on separate heat settings if you want to. To turn it off, push them both off and hold. Heat up time for this is excellent. From the minute you press the button and it comes on, it's about 30 seconds until you can really feel the heating elements in the chest and the back. Runtime with a 2 amp hour is pretty decent. I got 2 hours and 20 minutes running it on high for chest and back heat. I got 2 hours and 5 minutes when I turn on everything on high. That includes the shoulders in the dual heat mode as well. So 2 hours if you're maxing everything out, that's pretty decent. That's going to get you to and from work if you're not working outside all day. If you're working outside all day, you're definitely going to need more batteries. On low, I got 8 hours and 20 minutes out of a 2 amp hour battery, and that's just the chest and back, not the shoulders that I ran on low. So that was the bare minimum you can have, really. And you can't really feel the heat that much on low, so I don't really use low at all. So I use a mix of medium and high. I mostly run it on high until I get too hot, and then I'll turn the heat off entirely. So the material on the arms and the front isn't super durable feeling. It is supposed to be a ripstop polyester, but around the cuffs of the sleeves and underneath where your arm is going to be rubbing on your side, and as well as your shoulders where you might be carrying something, it's all a tougher reinforced fabric that should hold up to wear a little bit better. I had gotten a small tear on this. You can see right here a little bit of the insulation came out of that, but it didn't propagate. So it is kind of a ripstop fabric because this hasn't continued to snag and extend anywhere. That stayed put for probably about 3 months. I think I snagged it right away. I'm not sure what I got it on. But that's been like that and hasn't gotten any worse. This also has loops on the end of the sleeves if you want to wear this as a liner in a bigger parka. And if you have those straps that button around the end, this will keep you from having the sleeves pull out when you pull your arms out of the coat. One of the things I really like about the sleeves in this is they've got a little bit of elastic here, but they're still pretty loose because I don't like things that grab my wrist tight, but this will keep it from coming over my hands when I'm trying to do something. So they're a little bit long, which is good if you're reaching forward or reaching for something. They're not going to come way down your arm. But if I push a little bit, I can feel that elastic just hang back, and it keeps the sleeve off my hand, but I've got enough length in the sleeve that when I reach for something, it's not going to come way back and I'll have cold wrists. The pockets on the front have a nice softer lining, as does the collar up the top. And these do have a zipper if you want to close them up. Zips up. It does have an inner pocket right here that zips down for a cell phone or something. One thing I really wish this had, though, is there's no opening from the battery compartment to this compartment. Older M12 jackets actually had that where you could run a USB line in here and charge a cell phone or something, and you can't do that with this one. I really wish it had that, though. The battery compartment is over here on kind of the left side back. It's got a little Velcro spot that you can extend it if you've got an 18-volt adapter that's not sold with this. You have to buy it separately. Or if you've got a bigger battery. I really don't recommend a bigger battery than the compact 12-volt, though, because it doesn't have a expanded area like the older M12 heated gear do. It's kind of built in there. It's not an extra little bumped out section. So if you're in a car or a vehicle and you got the seat wrapping around you, it's usually pretty good, but sometimes it'll catch me right here in the kidneys and it doesn't feel great. So a bigger battery will definitely be too bulky, and it's going to be uncomfortable if you're sitting down with your back against something. And on each side of this, it's got a little pull, a cinch around the bottom. If you wanted to cinch this closer to your body and keep you from losing any air on the bottom. You just pull and it does its thing and you can tuck it back up. So Milwaukee also sells these Axis jackets in a vest style too that doesn't have the sleeves. And these are really meant for layering as a base layer. Here in Alabama, it doesn't get much below 30s ever. So this is the only jacket I've worn since October, and using the heat, it's been just fine. We've had a couple weeks where it's been down in the low 30s most days, and I haven't felt the need for anything else. I'm just wearing an undershirt, a long sleeve shirt in this jacket with the heat mode, and I'm pretty comfortable in the 30s. Lower than that though, I'd want another jacket layered on top of it. All right, so when you're sizing this, I recommend definitely don't size up for a baggy fit. You want it to be a slim fit because you want to feel the heat up next to your body. And if you need a bigger jacket to put on over top of it, you don't want a big bulky coat or jacket underneath that's hard to get other stuff on top of. One thing I do wish this had is up top here, instead of just the 2 lights that light up, I really wish it had a battery gauge because you can't really see the battery gauge. You gotta go back here, pull this out of your pocket, and then you gotta hit right here to see the battery status. So I really wish you could see it some other way than digging this out of your pocket and then putting it back in the blind. Price point on this jacket is $220 for the 1 battery kit. That includes a 2 amp hour battery and the M12 USB charger. So this will charge from USB power and will also power electronic devices with a USB port right here. This charger by itself is $50, so that's baked into the price of this. And also, if you get this bare tool, it still comes with a power source, just not the battery. It's $170. So if you wanted the charger anyway and you don't have one, it makes it a lot easier to swallow on the price point. So overall, I really, really like this jacket. It does have a bit of a high price tag, but I think it's worth it. And I've worn it for 3 months and I love it so far. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below. And once again, don't forget to subscribe.